Hey, what's going on everybody? Kevin Allen is here. A lot of you have been asking me in the past several weeks questions about my iPad, about the apps that I use the most on there for my video editing and for my YouTube channel content and for my music production. So I thought what would be a good idea is to give you guys a little tour on my iPad and just kind of show you how I have everything laid out on there and kind of show you some of my most used apps. That's what today's video is about. So stay tuned and let's get right to it. All right guys, here we are. I thought what would be a good place to start off is just to kind of open up a notepad here, and we're going to talk about this awesome note-taking app called GoodNotes. This is what I use to do all my note-taking for my tutoring and notes for my show, all that good stuff. So I thought we could start here, and I just wanted to kind of write down a few different things that I sort of do on the iPad here. So I use my iPad for music production, video editing, watching TV/videos, designing for my YouTube channel, like thumbnails, etc., tutoring, note-taking, and web browsing. I don't use it as much for games and things like that, although I have beaten my wife in checkers a handful of times. That's right, Jess. You know the deal. So the way that I have my iPad set up is I need to be reminded of my family. So I got my parents and I got my beautiful wife, got the background going on there. And on the bottom row here, we have the option of putting our most used apps on this dock at the bottom. And let's kind of go a little bit through really quick what I have on here. So I have my settings app for all my Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, storage, and all that good stuff. Then we have my app store next. Whenever we're downloading apps to the iPad, this needs to be, quickly accessible for me. Then we have the Files app. Then I have Reddit. Do a lot of stuff on Reddit, especially lately with regards to just building my brand. I have a video on that I just put out not too long ago. YouTube is next, and then YouTube Studio, where I can manage my YouTube channel. We have Gmail. I've always been, an Android guy for the most part, and so I don't even use the Mail app. I don't use the iPad Mail app. Maybe I should check it out, but I'm still so used to using Gmail, so I have that there. Same with Google Drive to be able to sync things. Although I've been using a little bit more Dropbox lately, I might consider adding that or maybe replacing this with Dropbox, because that's been kind of helpful to quickly and easily transfer files a little bit smoother than the way the process flow for Google Drive. Safari, web browsing. I have Google Photos here. Again, all my pictures and stuff I have synced up to Google Photos. Google Keep. This is my note-taking, quick note-taking, let's call it, app when I have ideas and things like that I want to put on my phone. I can quickly revisit them on a different device, on my desktop, on my laptop, or on my iPad here. So that's really convenient. Next is GoodNotes. So this is sort of a handwriting, note-taking, robust note-taking app that I use for like my tutoring and all of that stuff, as well as taking notes for my show, KAL Experience. And it's a really, really incredible app. Then I have Notes on the iPad, the regular iOS Notes app. I've just been kind of exploring this a little bit to see if, how this can work into the workflow. I know we have 3 note-taking apps in a row here, but, there might be some times when I prefer to use this than something else. And so I'm just kind of exploring that. I put that there as sort of a reminder for me to kind of spend some time using that app a little bit more. And then we have Fourscore. Now this is my piano sheet music app. And I love this app. You can do so much with it. You can import, you can do like playlists or set lists, they call it. And, I have all my songs here. I can pull them up really quickly. That's lyrics. And then that's kind of sloppy. But yeah, I think this was just the chord chart that I put together for So Amazing. And yeah, really cool stuff. This is like, just an awesome app. I think I paid $10 for it or something like that. Okay, so that is good. Let's go back to the home screen. And then over here, these are just your three most used, three last used apps, I should say. All right, so as you can see here, we have this widget area. I'll kind of show you what I have going on over here. I just like being able to see the battery life of my connected devices. So I have my Power Beats Pro left and right. I don't know how. Actually, I do know how. Left is bigger battery than right. I think that's because sometimes when I'm going to bed, I may not be using both of them. If I'm listening to a podcast or something, I might just have it in one ear. And then we have my mouse that I'm using currently right now at 100%. This mouse is incredible too, because this mouse is, it's just a really great mouse. It's a really great mouse. I've been using it. I can't even remember the last time I charged it, but it's still at 100%. Crazy. Bible verse of the day, like being reminded of, what the verse is of the day. So we have that there as a nice reminder for me to check out, and then I can click into it and, maybe read a little bit more on that. And then a daily quote. What's this one today say? You deserve the love you keep trying to give to everyone else. That's pretty profound. Then the weather below. And you can edit these, but this is kind of how I currently have it set up. And then I wanted to go into, my apps. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but I'm going to just kind of show you guys how I have this set up and why I have it set up the way that I do. So I have this 4 different folders here. I have others, I have apps, music production, and creative. So others is basically apps that I, for whatever reason, just either can't or don't want to delete from my iPad, but they're ones that I rarely, if ever, use. So in here we have this stuff, right? I'll let you look through that. And even some of these apps have been offloaded. The ones with the little arrow like this is showing that I have it downloaded, but I haven't used it in a while. So I guess they removed it to kind of save storage and stuff, these 4 apps. So not going to go through too much of those. The apps drawer, we have Chrome browser. Now, I don't even use Chrome on here really at all. So I would probably consider removing that. I use Safari almost all the time for web browsing. So I may consider getting rid of that. Same with Play Music. Now that I've imported all my music from Play Music to YouTube Music, which is down here, I kind of don't really need Play Music anymore. So as a matter of fact, I might consider just deleting this right now. And I might just delete Chrome. I'm about kind of cleaning up a little bit, So let's get rid of those 2. So YouTube TV, I watch a lot of, I'm subscribed to YouTube TV. So I don't even watch a lot of TV on there, to be honest, but I still have the app on here on occasion if I want to watch something. Zoom, when I'm doing my video interviews and everything else that we're all using Zoom for. We've got Google Calendar. We got the Amazon. I don't even really, do I use the Amazon app? I think I do. I'll keep it on there. LinkedIn, we have the Bible app, Facebook, YouTube Music, where I listen to all my music, Google Photos app, as opposed to the Apple Photos as opposed to Google Photos. I have to use this when I'm doing some screen grabs or things like that. And things go directly to the iPad. Like that's very helpful when I'm, doing thumbnails and things like that. So that's there. GoPro app for my GoPro camera to, second screen. Instagram, Dropbox, we talked about that earlier. Camera, and then music app. So this is my most used stuff here. If I swipe over, I'll let you take a look at these as well. I'm not going to go too much over all these. I would probably move my Spotify artist page over. And then I would probably find another app that can be moved over that's frequently used. I don't use really too many of these at all. I might consider, moving the regular Spotify app over too. Something like that. That's what we have on the second page now. And then we're going to take a look at the third page. This SnapBridge app is for my camera, my Nikon camera, that lets you kind of transfer photos and things like that pretty easily. And then we have this stuff over here. So I would probably move, just to keep this clean, I will move this over, and then I will move another app over. Maybe PostMe. I use this sometimes. PostMe I actually use sometimes to create clean Instagram posts with like the spacing and all that kind of stuff. So that's super helpful for me. And then let's go to the last page. Analytics is like for my website, and checkers we already talked about. Jessica, if you want to rematch, let me know. All right. So let's go now to my music production. This is kind of the major stuff. So this is probably where I spend a good amount, majority of my time, making music on here, as well as the video editing stuff, which we'll talk about in a second. So there's some really cool apps on here. I mean, this Animoog app right here, for example, I haven't used this in a while, but this is just cool to just jump in here and just kind of mess around. So you have all different kinds of sounds and stuff. Actually, I have the mic connected, so I can't even hear what I'm doing, which is fine. I'll probably do another. I am going to do another sort of video on here where I kind of showcase these. But Animoog, I have this chords app, which kind of shows you different chords and scales, which is helpful for me as a piano player. And then we also have GarageBand, which I don't really use at all, just because I have other apps that are much better for me. But I would say Chord Gadget down here, this one. And I would say Audio Share I use a ton of to kind of to organize my music. And you can also do recording. That's kind of what this is, testing the level. Pretty cool. What else we got on here? Koala app. I use a ton of Koala app. This is a really, really, really cool app that lets you do some just awesome stuff. And you can do a lot of sampling on there, it's just really, really quick to get ideas out. And then the OPZ app is a companion app to my portable hardware, synthesizer, sequencer. And you can take a look at, some of the rest of the ones on here. Patterning is like a drum one that I don't use that much. I want to kind of get back into that a little bit. As you can see, I've tried a lot of these out, but I would say the two ones that I use the most are Gadget and Koala right now. And Beatmaker I use a decent amount as well to use with my audio plugins. Here are some other sort of secondary music apps. Don't use these too much, and actually I don't use these too much as standalone. So a lot of these I decided to put on the second page because like Poison 202 and Jussie, however that's pronounced, and Model D and Digital D1, FM Player, all these apps, Synthsphere, these are all, I can use these as audio unit plugins. So when I'm in Beatmaker 3, I could call up any of these apps and use the sounds that these apps generate, rather than using them standalone, which is for me not something that's really useful at all. And then we got third page here. These are maybe stuff that I downloaded and just haven't spent that much time with yet. Probably move this bass over actually. I probably will move the bass to here. Oh, look at how hard this is. All right, I'll figure it out. Smart Pianist, FM Player. I'll clean this up on my own. But yeah, so that's kind of what we have going on there. I'll let you take a look again at the third page. We got a few other things on here. Drambo is a really cool one too. Just haven't spent that much time with it yet, but it's a really cool, it's a really interesting app. So yep, that's what we have there. And then we got the creative app. So we have Procreate, which is a really cool app that lets you do just some really breathtaking drawings and artwork and stuff like that. I haven't gotten too deep into this app yet either, but you can just do some cool stuff like this. And look at that. I mean, just fun to draw. I should probably spend some more time kind of with this app, but I guess art isn't my thing. I mean, I used to be into it, but I'm not great at it. So that's probably why I don't spend too much time with it. And then let's come back over here, Canva. So I use this to do all of my thumbnails for YouTube, as well as cover art, as well as, just all kind of stuff for social media posts and everything. So this is quite the incredible app. I know there's another one called Adobe Spark, I think it's called. I want to spend some time with that to check it out, but this kind of lets me do everything that I need to be able to do. And yeah, it's just, you go into a picture and you can click here and move this around. Oh, what is this? This is just a picture. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, so you could do some really cool stuff with it. I probably would, let's see, go back and then back so I don't mess it up, right? Yep. And you also, on this app, I should share, you have all these templates, right? You got all these templates. You're like, oh, I want to do an Instagram post. I don't know what to do. Boom. You got all these Instagrams posts, and you can just pull one up. Then you can say, I like the way this looks. And then click here, and you can put a different picture in like this. I don't know why you would want this picture. I mean, look at me. This looks so serious. Why so serious? But yeah, so that's cool. And then you could also do Instagram stories. I think they have like video, like little animations too on some of these. So look at this. You can do this. This is like an animated thing. I haven't even spent time doing animated stuff, but I can do, new posts or new something. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I should spend some more time with this, honestly. So let's go back, and then we got LumaFusion. So this is where I do all of my video editing, and it's pretty incredible, I think. It's actually, I was in the process. I was playing a video game the other day, and something funny happened in it. So let me show you. I will come here, bring it from Dropbox. It's this one. Make it look cleaner and stuff. I would probably, but yeah, so you can do some really cool stuff with LumaFusion. Probably do a deep dive video of that later. Pexels, hugely important app. If you guys don't know about this, definitely check this out. Just royalty-free pictures, guys. Royalty-free pictures, and you can use them for anything that you need to use them for. And I've used this app quite a lot for all types of stuff. Bring this into Canva, and then, you can touch it up a little bit, and you can use them as album art, all kinds of stuff. So, yep. And I'm probably going to do a video on that as well, and kind of talk about my workflow in terms of creating album art and stuff like that, because it's a really cool process, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's pretty easy to do as well. All right, and then WordPress, that's my website editor. So you could do blogs and things like that from this WordPress app, which is pretty cool as well, that you don't have to be on a computer to make updates. So that's pretty much it. That's the way I have this thing set up. And like I said, you guys, if you enjoyed the content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future content. The album covers here. So you can see, I have to add my flow one that I just released as well. But you can see that this is, pretty clean. Pretty clean. All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will catch you guys next time.